The most charismatic people you meet rarely fight for your attention. While most people run around frantically trying to be noticed, the individuals who actually command the room usually sit in complete, unbothered stillness. Most of us enter a conversation or scroll through a social media feed in a state of psychological deficit. We carry what psychologists call transactional energy. It's an exhausting state where every interaction is a subconscious attempt to extract approval, likes, or validation to fill a void. Human beings are biologically wired to detect this deficit. Our brains are packed with mirror neurons, specialized cells that don't just observe physical actions, but actually simulate the emotional states of the people around us through a process called emotional contagion. When you approach a group desperate for someone to think you're smart or funny, their nervous system picks up on that anxiety. They feel your need for approval as pressure, and their instinct is to immediately pull away. Treating your social life like a performance to prove your worth guarantees you will repel the exact connection you are desperate to find. You see this performative desperation most clearly in how people talk. Many try to project intelligence by dominating the conversation, over-explaining simple concepts, or packing their sentences with unnecessarily complex vocabulary. Researchers at Princeton University tested this exact behavior. They discovered that writers who deliberately used highly complicated words were consistently rated as less intelligent by their readers. This happens because of a cognitive mechanism called over-justification bias. When you drown your meaning in a barrage of dense jargon, the listener's brain interprets the excess effort as a disguise for underlying uncertainty. Highly intelligent individuals operate in reverse. They utilize cognitive compression. They take incredibly layered, difficult ideas and reduce them into the simplest possible terms. They don't need a barrage of noise to prove they belong in the discussion. Intellectual dominance is proven through clarity, precision, and restraint. This brings us to the behavioral opposite of the performer, the observers. These are the highly intelligent individuals who are practically invisible online, yet command immense respect the moment they walk into a physical room. Their presence comes from a psychological framework known as the internal locus of evaluation. Instead of looking outward, these individuals judge their success, happiness, and worth entirely by their own internal standards. Because their validation is self-generated, they are practically immune to the approval-seeking loops that keep the average person trapped scrolling through feeds or begging for attention at a party. This deep self-sufficiency triggers what psychologists observe as the gravity effect. Humans are naturally, almost magnetically drawn to individuals who are entirely comfortable existing without our attention. When you no longer require the crowd to tell you who you are, you inadvertently become the center that the crowd revolves around. Observers wield this gravity through powerful silence. When asked a question, instead of panicking to fill dead air, they take their time. They pause, process, and let the silence stretch. This emotional restraint echoes Machiavellian psychology. Machiavelli understood that revealing too much destroys authority, while unpredictability and withholding reactions generate an intense aura of power. That delayed reaction hits the brain's dopamine center. It creates a state of intermittent reinforcement, forcing the listener to lean in with anticipation, waiting to see what you will do next. If someone tries to provoke, embarrass, or pressure them, the observer remains emotionally unmovable. By refusing to mirror the chaos, they strip the aggressor of their control and shift the power dynamic entirely in their own favor. Mastering the pause transforms silence from an awkward void into a commanding tool of emotional dominance. Real gravity isn't cold or purely tactical. It relies heavily on giver's energy. This is the magnetic shift from entering a room thinking, "How can I impress these people?" to asking, "How can I make them feel safe and seen?" The founding father of humanistic psychology, Carl Rogers, built his career around a concept called empathic resonance. He found that humans possess a primal need to be deeply understood without judgment. You achieve this through perceptive attunement, making a specific observation like, "You seem like someone who thinks 5 steps ahead," rather than asking a generic question. The biological response to this is immediate. When someone feels truly observed and validated, their brain releases oxytocin. You bypass small talk and instantly form a magnetic emotional bond. The most irresistible individuals do not perform for the room. They become the mirror that makes the rest of the room feel fascinating. True social magnetism is the result of quiet emotional gravity, never loud performance. The endless pursuit of external validation will always leave you exhausted. You have to stop chasing the current and become the lighthouse, an effortless, immovable force, drawing things into its orbit simply by standing firm. Build your internal certainty. Observe rather than react. Prioritize the quality of the energy you give over the validation you're trying to extract. Because when you finally stop trying to prove your existence to the world will inevitably turn its full attention to you.